I feel like that's the trickiest part for me, is the cream chair with the little side table. We're convinced to opt for just a simpler option. We don't need to keep up with everything that we see everybody else doing, because that's just exhausting and nobody has time for that. Hello and welcome here. I'm glad you've decided to spend some time with me here on my channel as I imagine and design our bedroom space. I'm going to be walking you through the process. This video is going to be a little bit more laid back and calm, so grab yourself a cup of tea or another cozy beverage. I hope you can just sit back, enjoy this video, maybe fold some laundry if that's something that is relaxing for you, while I just chit chat and share with you my vision and my plans and dreams for adding some cozy elements to our bedroom. We live in a rental home. This is not our forever home, and for that reason, and also because we don't want to dump a ton of money into a renovation or expensive furniture, I am operating on a tight budget, and I'm really finding I need to be creative and think outside the box a little bit of some ways that we can make our bedroom more cozy, a little more warm. And I have some time this afternoon, so I'm going to be on my laptop finding some inspiration, creating a vision board, and walking you through different ideas that I have to incorporate in this space. So sit back and relax. I hope you can find some peace and some inspiration here on my channel, and let's get started. This is what we are dealing with. You can see everything is just very simple. We do like to keep it more minimal in this space. My husband and I love having this love seat and chair here, but I do think that we are wanting to find something a little bit different, something maybe cream, maybe two chairs that would take up a little bit less space. This table situation is something that I definitely want to change. I want to find some sort of tabletop or like cupboard that can go in this area with doors that can open to store books, things like that inside. And then this fan is a little bit of an eyesore. We do use it at night for noise and just to keep it cool in here, but maybe there's a different spot we can put it. I would love to find a different lamp to replace here. I think I will actually try and sell this one. It's just kind of dark and kind of draws your eye in, and I would love to find a lamp that is more soft, that just makes it feel more cozy. So I think that's a great place to start for this corner, to find some different chairs, replace this little table there. I love the idea of having the same picture frames on this wall, kind of in a grid format, but those are a lot more difficult to thrift. Maybe I can look on Marketplace. But maybe we can try and think of something a little bit more different to add to this wall. I did thrift a shelf recently that, if you haven't seen that video, I will link it so that you can watch it after this one. But I thrifted this really large wooden shelf, and I think it might be just the thing to put on this wall here and have like some books on it, maybe a plant, maybe some other textile decor pieces. Okay, moving over to our bed area, we, as you can see, do not have a headboard on our bed. That is something that I would like to add, but I think that might be something later on down the road. And then taking a look at our bedside tables, we have the same ones on either side. They're actually end tables, so they're technically made to go beside a couch, so they do look a little bit big. So I would love to replace them with something smaller, and again, something with storage underneath that closes, so some sort of cabinet. I love the look of throw pillows. I think they add so much texture and color. That would be something that I would definitely be open to incorporating on top of our bed. We wanted curtains that would be blackout curtains for when our newborn was sleeping in our room, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I actually got this curtain from Urban Barn. It was on clearance for $13, so it was one curtain panel that I cut and hemmed myself to make these little curtains, but it was just sort of one of those projects that was just by necessity. I wasn't actually trying to make it look really pretty. So I do think having a curtain rod that goes above the windowsill and then the curtains hang down to the floor would be really pretty. And then this is our main dresser that we have. It was actually my husband's from before we got married, and it was for free. He found it on the side of the road. Someone had just put it out to be thrown away, and he grabbed it, and that is our dresser. I do really like it. It is older. The drawers are a little bit harder to open, and I do think it would be really pretty to sand down to the natural wood. So we'll have to play around with that, but this dark wood does match our nightstands really well. But if I get a lighter wood nightstand, then this I think would maybe look nice if it was darker, maybe black. I don't know. We'll have to play around with it. Anyways, let's spend some cozy time just browsing and putting together our idea or vision board. Okay, I'm gonna share a little bit of my thoughts. I think it would be really fun to do an accent wall. I'll add some photos in here for reference, but I feel like a navy accent wall would look really pretty. I love the look of like the board and batten or adding wood features or like wall treatments. But since this isn't our forever home, I'm more convinced to opt for just a simpler option. And I think just giving the wall a color paint would be really effective in adding a little bit of moodiness, some darker features. I also really love the look of this cream chair with the little side table and the lamp. I think that's kind of the feel of what I'm going for in this cozy corner over here. But I would want the table to be more of like a cabinet or even like a smaller bookshelf that we can actually store things on. I really like the headboards that are upholstered. I think this is what we would be looking for. Not sure if that's something that will happen anytime soon because they are pricier, but I really like that and I like the color. I like the look of the black frames on top of the headboard. I think that looks really smart. Okay, this is what I'm thinking for the curtains. Kind of a cream curtain or like white with a black or maybe gold rod. I think black would be best, but I love how it hangs above the window and then the curtains fall down, and that actually I believe makes the room feel larger. When you hang the curtain rod above the windows, it actually makes your walls feel taller somehow. And I actually really like the color of this dresser. I think that this sort of greenish gray blue would be kind of cool to do on our dresser now that I think about it, especially if our side tables were kind of that like a bleach pine sort of wood. That could be really, really fun. Although I don't know if doing like a dark accent wall, if that would be too much blue. It would kind of depend. It's funny how things like that really affect each other. You really have to look at the whole picture. I'm excited to share this vision board that I'm making with you guys at the end to show you the full vision, the full idea. I think we'll see it really come together. At least that's my hope. Okay, I hope you guys are ready for the reveal. This is what I've come up with. I think there's some really nice ideas that I can incorporate into this space. I will share the board on the screen, but I really love that color of the accent wall. I think with a lighter side tables, these ones are from IKEA. I wonder if I'd be able to find them on Facebook Marketplace. I think that that would be a really nice addition. The end tables that we have currently, I think we could put down in our living room. That's my thinking at least. And I actually wonder if one of them we could put in this cozy corner and have that storage underneath. I think that could work out really well. And then for this lamp, having something that's just more airy, lets off a softer light, that would be great. This one that we have here currently, I got on Facebook Marketplace. I think I would just sell it and use that money to buy a different lamp. So just kind of swap it out. And then as far as textiles on the bed, definitely having a longer blanket at the foot of the bed, something that can drape all the way across, looks I think just really romantic. And then having throw pillows, probably 3 larger ones that are kind of a cream or like a neutral tone, and then a few smaller ones. We do have a king size bed, so I feel like the pillows have to be a bit large to make it look correct. And then the dresser, I feel like that's the trickiest part for me, and some of it I think will depend on how the rest of the room turns out, if we just leave it dark or we paint it. It will also depend on if we do end up doing the accent wall. I feel like if we do the accent wall, I will be tempted to stain the dresser darker even, because it does have that orange hue. I wouldn't do black because I think that's too close to the navy. I might consider painting it like a tan or a taupey color. Definitely will need to play around with that one. But having a few little decor pieces on the dresser would be nice. Maybe mounting the mirror that we have, or even selling it and getting a different mirror would be nice. And then this shelf that I thrifted, I think would look so cool to put right above here. I thought about putting it above our bed, but I think over here would be a nice accent, and then adding like vintage books, maybe a basket of flowers. And I think for that shelf, doing a dark green would be really cool if we don't do the accent wall. So if we don't do the accent wall, then I think I'd like to get a larger picture with some dark colors. So like a dark oil painting, something that looks really kind of elevated, no glass, but maybe I would like texture it to make it look like an oil painting. And then I really love this sconce. I think incorporating one of these on one of the walls would just be so cozy. So those are some of the ideas that I'm playing around with. I'm going to continue to mull them over, but I will definitely show this to Silas and get his opinion. I think that's helpful too, because it is both of our spaces. And so now that I have a vision of what I think would be really nice, I will show it to him, see what he thinks. He has really good design ideas as well, and he has a good eye for like colors and how things work in a space. So I definitely want to get his opinions. And in a future video, I will be sharing the changes that we make in this room. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can see that video as well as other videos that I upload here every single week. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope this video was, again, just peaceful and calming for you. I want to remind you that you don't need to break the bank or spend a bunch of money to make a space simple, cozy, and livable. Now that I have a plan, I have a little bit more direction of how I'm going to add some design elements to this room, but I am keeping in mind I do not want to spend a lot of money. So it's going to be a process. It will take time. I want to source a lot of these things, do some DIY projects. It's not just going to be a one and done type thing, and it doesn't have to be for you either. Creating comfortable homes for our family is of course important, but it doesn't need to be a super stressful or complicated thing, as I know I can make it sometimes. And it also doesn't need to be following the trends. I'm going to incorporate what we want in our space. Of course, I'm referring to things online that I find appealing, but at the end of the day, I'm choosing things that I like, that my husband likes, that we think will work well for us and for our family. We don't need to keep up with everything that we see everybody else doing, because that's just exhausting and nobody has time for that. Thanks again for being here, for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.